How can I tell when a girl's flirting with me? How can I become better at flirting? Why do people always think I'm flirting when I'm just being friendly? Why am I so bad at doing women's voices? Allow me to introduce you to the effective flirtation spectrum. According to the book, Flirting, Seduction's Cliffhanger, the effective flirtation spectrum describes a range of approaches a person can take when interacting with someone they're romantically attracted to in a conscious effort to advance the relationship into a romantic and/or sexual one. There are a total of 6 approaches, each belonging to one of 3 categories: muffled, playful, and amorous.
What?
Okay, fine. Amorous. Having or showing strong feelings of sexual attraction or love. So in this category, we have the opener, who says things like, "You're beautiful, you're amazing," all that good stuff. And you have the closer, who says things like, "Look, are we shagging tonight or what?" Down at the other end of the spectrum, we have the bystander, who fancies people but literally makes no effort to take part in the seduction process, and the hint dropper. More on them later. And of course, the centerpiece of the spectrum, the flirt and its evil twin, the tease. According to Merriam-Webster, to flirt is to behave amorously without serious intent. So basically acting like you fancy someone but in a playful way that ain't meant to be taken seriously in the moment. Now, as you may have noticed already, the more confident you are, the further up the scale you can move. And the more inhibited by social boundaries you are, the further down the scale you'll go. The perfect balance being in the middle, right? Similarly, people who are focused on what they do want, i.e. some sweet loving, go up the spectrum, and people who are focused on what they don't want, i.e. rejection, move down the spectrum. So the middle of the spectrum is basically where a person can test the waters using what is essentially hypothetical amorous behaviour. Sounds pretty straightforward, so where does the flirting friendly confusion come from? Well, if flirting is amorous behaviour without serious intent, then really, flirting can just be seen as a light-hearted roleplay that allows the flirter to gauge how the person they're flirting with would feel if said amorous behaviour did in fact have serious intent, because the suspension of disbelief involved in any roleplay allows for the provocation of a similar, albeit less intense reaction to the kind provoked by something that's actually real.
What?
Nah, I ain't saying that flirting and being friendly are 2 completely different things, because I don't have to, the dictionary does. Friendly, having or showing the kindness and warmth of a friend. So, unless this is your idea of kindness and warmth, it don't really make sense that so many of us find this confusing. Or does it? I mean, don't get me wrong, neither definition contains the words ambiguous or subtle, but do you know what is composed almost entirely of an effort to be subtle? I'll give you a hint. You get it? You get it? Mate, do you get it? It's a hint. Hint, mate. I'll give you a hint. A hint. Mate. A hint. Nah, you don't have to share your answer with anyone else if you don't feel like it. But be honest with yourself. When in the presence of someone that you fancy, what would you rather do? Behave as though you're romantically interested in them, but in a playful way rather than with serious intent, or drop ambiguous hints that you fancy them but with enough plausible deniability that if the person that you fancy don't fancy you back, you can save face by playing it off like you're just being friendly. And remember, be honest. Wow, she's so friendly.